Hello everyone. Today we are talking about spiritual abilities, spiritual gifts, whatever you'd like to call them. These are in the etheric, these are in the energetic, these are within your system. And so a lot of times I find people are like, there is something within me that I am more than just this physical body going to a job that's 9 to 5. Like, I have feelings. I have emotions, I have sensations that are here, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what they are. I don't know what's going on. And so that's what this video is all about, is just diving in and saying, like, what are spiritual abilities? Which ones could you have? Which ones aren't so resonant? But narrowing in on what your abilities are. And so there's a few that just to start off, but before I get into my list of a few spiritual abilities, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up on the Holistic Movement Healing side. So if you haven't, follow me at Holistic Movement Healing on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of things. And if I'm repeating things twice today, it's because I'm super excited. Super excited. There we go. But so follow me on Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And then also like the video, share the video if it helps you. But yeah, so coming up though, getting into these is because coming up on October 3rd, I do have a intuition masterclass that will be launching. It's a 21-day dive into you. The intention for the masterclass is to provide a space for you to explore, experience, and dive into what these spiritual abilities are, what your spiritual abilities are, how you can be, how you can expand, and how I can serve and help and aid you in that expansion. And so that is really what the Intuition Masterclass is all about. That is what its intention is. Like, from the ground up, that was what my intention for creating the Masterclass is. There's daily prompts. There are just daily prompts just to get more into like who you are, what you believe, what you feel, how you feel. There's weekly one-on-one sessions with me. There's weekly group insight readings just to check in on the collective. There are also, it's a group chat, and so there's other souls in there just to connect with and help and serve and just support each other along this journey. And so there is limited space, so make sure to message me soon so that we can get you in there. But then I'm also forgetting something else. Oh, within the masterclass, there are videos similar to this, but guiding you, okay, so if I feel like I can see aura, if I feel I want to see auras, because anybody can see an aura, how to do that, what's the process, and then how to, in a sense, how to heal or fluff the aura is how I call it. So there's just little healer toolkit videos within the masterclass just to help awaken and expand your own healing abilities. But yeah, so if you feel like you're just getting started into all this spiritual stuff and you want to know more, you feel like there's more to you, you want to expand, masterclass would definitely be for you. If you've been around the block a few times and you know your spiritual abilities, you know what to do, you've been doing it for a while, could definitely still benefit just from the prompts, just from one-on-one sessions, just from the group insight readings, and then also just it's a different perspective on a few healing modalities that I found. So let me know either in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram at Holistic Movement Healing. But with that, let's get started. So a few spiritual gifts. Today I have 7 spiritual gifts. And within a few of them, there's a few subcategories. So the first one that everybody I feel knows about are the clairs: clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairaudient. And so these are the ones that a lot of times psychics are associated with. They see spirits, they see ancestors, they see beings, they know things without you telling them, they can feel the sensations, or when they touch an object, they just all of a sudden know its history. Or they hear the voices of the spirits, they hear messages, or even in clairvoyant, claircognizant, seeing images in our mind's eye. And so going a bit deeper into what each one is, clairvoyant is the one I feel like, this is the one that I'm like, I want to be able to do this. And I have had very profound experiences with being clairvoyant, but it is not my grandest ability, I guess you could say. I am a firm believer that every single human, every person has these abilities. Everybody has them. You can be clairvoyant, you can be claircognizant, you can be clairsentient and clairaudient. You can have them all. There are definite ones, specifically, like for me, I am definitely more claircognizant. And so what claircognizance is, when you get downloads, when you just know information, you're just like, oh, that's this person needs to know this information, this came for you, this is what's happening, so that's just like a clear knowing. That's what claircognizance is. That's my understanding of what claircognizance is. Versus where clairvoyance is, you are able to see what is going on. You can see visuals. You can also just get the visuals in your mind. Just however clairvoyant, it is seeing using your sight. And then we have clairsentient. This is the other one that I deeply resonate with. The clairsentient is just the feeling. Like you touch an object and you just know something. You touch a person, you just know something. But it goes through touch. It could go through smell. Just those other senses, that physical senses. And then there's also clairaudient, so clear knowing, or clear hearing, there we go. And so you're hearing spirits, you're hearing voices, and these are not the voices in your head, like your subconscious or your conscience or whatever. These are messages. These are spirits, these are angels, these are galactics, these are ancestors. They are telling you, calling your name, doing just whatever it is. They are talking to you in your ear, almost as if they're right next to you. You look around, you don't see anyone. Or if you do see someone and they look kind of wispy, or they look kind of not altogether in this realm, then it's a pairing of clairaudient and clairvoyant. And so that's where those come in. And so those are just a quick little recap of the clair abilities, and then moving into one that so many people I feel have heard about is the ability of being an empath, being empathic. And this is where we feel for others as if it's our own, versus being sympathetic, being like, okay, that's you, that's what's going on with you, but I can sympathize. Whereas empathy is feeling it as if it's your own. And so a lot of empaths have this difficulty being in large crowds, being at the grocery store, just being out in public in general, because I'm definitely an empath, but we pick up on so much of other people's things, and so making sure that we have our boundaries and stuff on, but that's another video. But empaths in general have the ability to feel so deeply others' emotions as their own. And so if somebody just lost a loved one, they're feeling sorrow, they're feeling sadness, but they're like, I'm having a great day, why am I feeling this way? Maybe it's because the person next to you just lost someone. Or if you're feeling really, really angry, and you look around and there's a couple having a fight, like, you're like, whoa, my protections aren't up. And so that's what empaths are. And so it's super powerful being able to just understand, being able to empathize with other people, understanding where they are in their space. And that's what empaths do. We understand people as we grow through the ability. At first, it's extremely confusing, being like, okay, I know I have emotions, but I know these are not my emotions. And so how to navigate that, that's what empaths are here to do. And so understanding emotion. Moving on though, we have the kinesis abilities. And so we have telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis. There's so many kinesises, kinesi? But starting off with telekinesis. These are a little more out there, and these are just what I received from my guides to talk about and to, I guess, work on, is that we have the ability as multidimensional beings to seriously do whatever we put our mind to. The issue with that is that our ego, our third dimensional human self, doesn't believe in us. We don't believe in ourselves. And even if you think you believe in yourself, there could be other people not believing in you, and then you reacting to those people saying like, oh, you can't do that, and then you being like, well, maybe I can't do that. Or if you come back with, yes, I can, there's still that seated doubt. And so being surrounded by people who believe you can't, be careful of who you surround yourself with, basically. And so telekinesis, being able to move things with your mind, being like, bam, wham, 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 basically. So these are, bam, wham, wham, wham. But yeah, so telekinesis, being able to move things with your mind, reminding me of like Matilda, telekinesis. And then pyrokinesis, being able to control fire. And when I first found out about this one, I was doing a lot of research. And there's a bunch of videos out there. Again, not all of them are real. obviously, but I swear there's a few of them that I was just like, how? That is how. So that was really cool to discover, pyrokinesis, and then hydrokinesis, being able to move water with your mind. So very like water bender-esque. And so again, watching videos, I'm like, interesting, cool technology usage and how you edited the video, but definitely not. But then there's some that I'm just like, how? Either your technology is like really advanced, because when I was looking into these, this was back in like 2016. Anyways, but so I was just like, wow, that's really cool. But hydrokinesis, being able to control water with our intention, which when I think about it, we can control water with our intention because we just intention it. Anyways, telepathy, there's the and then, so moving on, so those were the kinesis, and then telepathy, being able to communicate without speaking. And I just want you to take a moment to think when perhaps you were thinking of someone one day and the next day they texted you. Perhaps you were thinking of someone from like high school and that happened, or you were thinking of someone one moment and then the next moment they called you. There's just those coincidences, they're not coincidences, those synchronicities that happen where telepathy is a major thing, or like mother-child, that mother's intuition, partially telepathy, being able to tell what's going on. I remember having my own experience having that happen with my own parents, them knowing that I was very sick. I was very sick, and I was supposed to be out with friends, but I ended up getting really sick, and so they called me, being like, "Hi, how's the night going?" I was like, "I'm vomiting," type of stuff, and they're like, "On our way." And so I'm like, how to know? Because I was sending out pings, being like, "Hello, somebody answer," and somebody answered. Telepathy. And then, so that's telepathy. Just thinking back on your own life, I'm sure at some point, most people have had an experience of telepathy, whether we know it or not. Even if it's something as simple as you're about to say something and your friend next to you says the same thing. There's a connection there where that sentence needed to be said and you guys decided on the same words to use. So there's that connection right there. And then we have, moving on, so that's telepathy, aura viewing. Okay, so this is a really cool one. This goes into the clairs as well, but it's just tapping into like what you are honing into, what you're tuning into. So the aura is around our entire physical being, and it's made up of multiple layers. And so when we are utilizing our clairs, whether clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairaudient, we're able to pick up colors, we're able to pick up sensations. And so when I'm looking for an aura, I'm seeing more of a haze. I can see the energetic haze around a person, that energetic signature. And then it's that claircognizance taps in, and it's like, oh, this person's aura is purple. This person's aura is green, and it's really spiky. And so going in there, we're tapping in and intentionally searching for what the aura is. And so going back and practicing what these are. And so if you want to be clairvoyant, then just open up and be like, okay, so are there any spirits in the room? And then however it comes, whether you hear something, you see something, you know something, whatever it is, that can be your main attraction for whatever clair you come to. So astral aura viewing is just tapping into your clairs. And then moving on, we have astral travel. And this one is super exciting. A lot of people, myself included, overcomplicate this astral traveling because you are disconnecting your astral body from your physical body. And so you are leaving your body. And a lot of people, this happens naturally. A lot of people like myself have to, or get to, I guess, explore our connection with our astral body and see how we are able to do that. But definitely super interesting, super fun. And by disconnecting our astral selves, we're able to explore all the dimensions. We're able to explore the universe. We're able to explore while resting our body, basically. Super interesting. And so with all of the shifts happening in 2020, a lot of people have been doing astral work. And so at all times, we are doing work in the astral realm. When we astral travel, we are conscious of what's going on. And so astral traveling, being able to disconnect, like we do in a dream state, we go into a dream world, but then being conscious of what's happening in that world. And so astral traveling, definitely like using our astral body, which is, when I think about it, it is the 6th layer in our aura field, disconnecting that layer and then exploring the realms. Definitely cool, really cool ability. And then the last one that I want to talk about is remote viewing. And I actually kind of like got astral travel and remote viewing. I would always get them confused because I'm like, if you're just viewing something out of your body, then it's astral travel. But I have been doing remote viewing for probably about 3 years now. And so remote viewing is when you project your consciousness anywhere you want. And so I've heard of other people projecting it to like the outer realms or the outer ozone layer or just across the country into a different room, seeing what's going on at home while you're at work. Just like that's remote viewing, just seeing a different space or seeing the same space just from a different perspective. Being able to go, whew, okay, now I'm observing myself speaking. And so just really simple, key thing right there is everybody can do it. Everybody can do all of these abilities. And so super interested what your abilities are, which ones resonate with you, which ones have you been practicing or coming into, which ones do you really, really want to practice more. And then let me know how this video resonated. Give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, share it if it really helped you just getting these simple little descriptions of these abilities. And then, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And until next time, I will see you later. Remember that you are your own most powerful healer. And if you do want to be a part of that Intuition Masterclass coming up on October 3rd, message me on Instagram at Holistic Movement Healing or just type a little note down in the comments and I will be sure to reach out. But I hope you're having a beautiful day or night, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you all next time. Bye.